Oh my, well, thank you, Retro Recap. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing all of that wisdom, all of your insight, and sharing those gifts with us. We really appreciate it. I definitely was taking notes. Y'all, we can learn every day. Even if I've been to retro sessions several times, I can still learn something new because I'm different today than I was the last time I was working with him. So sometimes things land differently. So I totally appreciate that. Thank you, Retro. And now, thanks to all of y'all for being here. Thank you so much, Tiffy B, Noah, Tragedy, Kimba, Juice. Thank y'all so much for being here, tuning in live. You'll definitely get access to the recording after this, and you will also get access to all of our special offers for attending live and any resources. So a little about me. I think almost everyone here might know me well, but in case someone doesn't, I'm Cityjawn. That's how you can address me on anywhere, or you can call me City, or you can call me by my name if you know it, that's fine. Um, that's Joy. So I'm a teacher. That's what I do. It's not actually who I am, but it's one of the gifts I came here with naturally. So I guess in a way it is who I am. It is one of the ways that I express myself. Many of you know that I started off teaching in a traditional school environment with elementary students, loved them dearly, but ultimately that just wasn't for me because the way that the system works does not resonate with me and who I am. Just because I do not teach in a traditional setting doesn't make me any less a teacher. I focus on holistic education. I teach human design. I still teach children and development and academics at that level. And for adults, I teach organization and self-care. Oh, hold on a second. I should have given you controls, Retro. Um, as we open the door for more guests. I'll figure it out in a moment, but I'm flowing now. Welcome, Wavy. All right. So thank you for being here. We are just now getting started to talk about organization and self-care. That's more for adults, and it resonates and relates to what I do with Retro Recap, which is why we're doing this partnership together. So I was sharing in the chat that piggybacking off what Retro said about being diverse with your platforms. I only came to Twitch because I followed, I know I don't like that word all that much, but I traveled with someone from YouTube to Twitch. And he's a podcaster for Big Brother, one of my favorite TV shows, Guilty Pleasure. And he was on Twitch streaming one day, and then he got off, and a voice inside said, "You are not finished on Twitch yet." And if you know me, you know that I always listen to that intuitive voice. And if we start to do work together and you're not yet listening to yours, you will start to listen to yours too. So I follow that guidance, and I started to search for content for people who are playing Sonic because that's what I like to do when it comes to video games. And I know Twitch is a platform for gamers. I found a brother playing Sonic, and it was Retro Recap. So I slid into the channel, and y'all already know. Do I need to say anything else? Y'all already know what happened after that. That's why we are here. Retro and I began to work together. We developed a working relationship because, do y'all know this story? One day, Retro was being very generous in his chat. He was giving out badges. Who want to be a VIP? Who want to be a? I was like, I want to be a VIP. I'm here every day, all the time. Like, I just be chilling. He was like, you know what, City John, I'm going to make you a moderator. And I was like, a what? I don't even know how to do that. But the truth is that I do know how to do that because I took a lot of skills that I already had developed in real life in the classroom, and I just transferred them to a digital environment. Moderating a chat room is the same thing as classroom management in a way. So we started to develop that moderating relationship, and it wasn't frivolous because Retro shared with me that he had prayed for someone who would have an eye and a heart for the channel to help him manage it and grow it in the same way that he would. And he felt that that person was me. So we began to do more. And so just giving a little bit of background, y'all, that's why I take moderation on his channel so seriously, because it's not it's more than just what we're going to be doing on Switch. It is building a platform, a community, a conglomerate. It's putting us on the map in a very big way. So that's how we started to work together. But as I'm working with Retro, doing streaming stuff, I'm starting to notice that a lot of things that would flow a lot better on the channel if Retro was more self-aware. That's really what it was. If Retro had more self-awareness, we could really make this thing pop. So I just offered him, I said, hey, I left the classroom with an intention to do holistic coaching. And since I'm working with you on the channel, but I'm starting to see things, I wonder if you'd be open to us also doing that kind of work together while I also work on the channel. And he said he will be open to it. That was the only green light I needed. And so that's how we began to work on not just moderation and organization for the stream, but also organization and moderation in his life. And that's where the streamer self-care piece comes from. So I'd like to know who I'm talking to in the chat. Just do me a favor. Type a 1 in the chat if you are a person who is traditionally working a 9 to 5, and a 2 if you are not. And when I say 9 to 5, that could be any schedule. You could be graveyard, as they call it, whatever. But if you're in a traditional workforce, I need a 1. If you are not, I like a 2, please. Just want to know who I'm talking to. Thank you, Tragedy. I appreciate that. I just looked at the chat. Thank you, Retro. So I got some, so it's mixed up in the building. It's about half and half. Half of us are working a traditional 9 to 5 situation, and about half of us are not. That's cool because we have something here for both groups. When I first started working with Retro, he was in the 1 group, and now he's in the 2. See what I'm saying? So if you want to go from the 1 to the 2, you have the control of all of that. Why? Because you are your most valuable resource. You alone are your most valuable resource. And what you have about you is space and time. Now, the space that you control is your mind and your body. You can control everything that happens with your mind and your body because you can control your thoughts, and you can control what you do with your body. You can control where you go with your body. You can control who you engage with and how you engage with them. That's all up to you. Unless someone is coercing you and you're under duress, unless if someone has a gun to your head, the proverbial gun to your head, other than that, the choice is always yours. I woke up one day when I was still in the classroom and I said, you're miserable. Why are you miserable? Because I work here. Well, why do you work here? You didn't work here before? No. What happened was I was let go. A contract ended from one school. And when I was in a position of limbo and uncertainty and not knowing, I clung to what was easy and what was familiar. I applied for a new job, and I realized a year into that I was miserable. And the reason why was because of me. I made the choice to apply for a new job when I had all the time and freedom, even though it was uncertain, to figure it out for myself. So that's what I mean by you are your most valuable resource because you have time and you have space, and you control what you do with your time and with your space, the space of the mind and the space of the body. Y'all, there are whole departments just for us, human resources. And I know we see what that means on paper, but what does that really mean? Okay. So if we're going to work together in this relationship, depending on if your schedule is how some of us are working 9 to 5, we would come together and figure out, okay, this is where my time is going. This is how I'm using my body. And this is what I want to create with my time. How can I create it? And then that's one thing that we could do to create some type of strategy and next steps for you to support your streamer self-care. When Retro went from being a 1 to a 2, and likewise myself, when I went from being a 1 to a 2, it felt like vacation because all I had was time freedom, and I had all the freedom in the world to do whatever I wanted to do, which is a lot different than clocking in and someone managing those hours of the day for you and telling you what to do with those hours, and then you figuring out what you're going to do on the back end. You know, the way I like to roll is I do what I do and you do what you can do about it. But the way that the job had me was you going to do what we say and then you going to do what you can do about it after the fact. I didn't like that. So I began to figure out, what am I really doing with my time? And where can I take time from the time wasters? Because we all got time wasters, things that we do. Y'all know I'm addicted to stream raiders. Okay, I have to literally not click on stream raiders. I cannot go into someone's stream who's streaming it, or else I will be tempted to play with them. And I will waste a lot of time when I could be doing other things. So having that self-awareness is important, and we work on building our self-awareness muscle and our work together. We also talk about, in relation to self-care, a lot of the work that Retro does and I do flows together. For example, his coaching topic on audience versus community. That first came up. I don't want to put words in your mouth and say first, but I know that that did come up a little while ago, with when in talking about self-care and managing, balancing harmony in relationships. Um, Relationships on Twitch can get strange and it can get stressful. And it can be easy to develop parasocial relationships with people as a streamer who think they know you in ways that they don't actually know you, and feel entitled to pieces of you that they are not allowed to have. So that's a big, big piece of the streamer self-care that we'll work on. We'll also work on getting out of the idea that time is money, because it's not. Time goes and you can't get the past back, but money is continually circulating. So using time as another resource, figuring out how to use it better so you can create more and more time for yourself, allows you to get more and more of what you desire. A lot of our time is being eaten up by those time wasters, but not just those, other tasks that we think are important. Some of them are, but some of them probably aren't important for our growth and well-being. And I don't mean that in a selfish way, right? I think that we have to get really clear about, like how Retro said earlier, is am I being braggadocious by promoting myself? Am I doing too much? No, there is a certain level of self-focus that we have to do. That's what self-care is. Self-care isn't going to the spa and getting a massage and going to get a mani-pedi, although in some cases it could be. I'm not here to define anyone's self-care, but I'm speaking about that mainstream version of it that we get caught up in. But it's like, nah, self-care is literally taking care of yourself unapologetically, right? Let me see if I'm missing any messages in the chat, 'cause I see this joint is going crazy. Yes, Tiffy used to be a Stream Raiders captain, and then she don't go on there anymore, and I am grateful. I am grateful. Okay? Every time I look on them, like, Tiffy not rating, oh, good. Because I will be in there every 30 minutes placing my troops, getting that loot. All right, but it's a waste of my time. And I realized when I put that game down, what happened, y'all? When I put that game down, what did I do? I launched a reading course. I'm getting chills thinking about it. All right. I got invited to go teach human design at a local school here in Philly. Big things happening when I began to look at my time differently. It's not just tasks, it's also people, situations, energy that doesn't serve us, and we end up getting drained. All right. So when we have the awareness of that, we can make better decisions from a place that is heart-centered and a place that leads to alignment. So what I'm here to offer to you is a similar package to what I share and do with Retro. I also did this work with Juice, and I don't know if Juice is available to type in the chat. I don't know what's going on, but I think one of the differences is that Retro was streaming and Juice was not. The work that I was doing with them was similar, but Juice was really trying to get organized in his personal life in 9 to 5. And Retro was really focusing on it. Like, I'm trying to be my own boss here. Like, what are the steps I need to take? And also, how can I alleviate some of these personal things I'm going through? So we have something for everybody. It will be a one-of-a-kind planning session for a one-of-a-kind individual. That's you. I don't know what it's going to look like because we haven't sat down yet. Some things are like blanket things, but other things are going to be personally tailored to you. Together, we co-create a plan that supports your personal self-care. Everything that I'm supporting you to do are things that you are saying, City, this is important to me in my life. These are my values, all right? If you value bareback, humpback riding every third Saturday, then we're going to create some plans that make sure that you are allowed to do that every third Saturday, because that's one of your values. Everything that we do is important, is tailored to you. Ensuring that you're giving the attention and energy to parts of your life that you say that you value and that you would like to see grow. We don't have to wait until we have a certain amount of money. We do not need to wait until we are a certain age to start giving certain attention to things, because where attention flows, energy grows. I support you with implementation of the different strategies and habits and also practicing them. Yes, I'll be in your DMs. Yes, I'll be in your stream. And I'll be like, you heard what you just said? Think back, y'all. Think back like years ago, like Retro say something, and then he starts replying to me, but not in the chat. Because I'm in the DM, like, you heard what you just said? Won't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mindful. Right. So I'm in your stream also, listening in to make sure that we are implementing, because energy is contagious. Okay. And then people come into your stream with the same energy that they've been on, not realizing that you're making shifts and they want to engage you with that same crap. Right. And it's easy to fall back into that. So I'm in there listening. We look at your channel and your goals and create procedures that work for you and only for you, and a moderation team if you're building one. I also can support you with enhancing how you approach moderation on your channel. And that all depends on your goals and how deeply you intend to go with streaming overall. Retro is, he is a streamer that I've worked with closely. I just wanted to share, do you mind if I share this, Retro? Can I share my screen? I don't know how I do these things. Share. I just wanted to share. I really appreciate this, Retro. There we go. There it is. I'm tech savvy. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for the incredible work you've done in organizing and managing various aspects of our projects. The way you organize events, plan meticulously, and create sign-up forms has kept everything running smoothly and efficiently. Additionally, your assistance with time management has been a game changer. You've helped me stay on schedule, which has significantly improved my productivity and reduced stress. Beyond your professional skills, I deeply appreciate your support and self-care. Your efforts have made a significant difference, and I'm truly grateful for everything you do. When I read that, I was in tears, and just grateful to you, Retro, for capturing that so eloquently, because that is a snapshot of what we do together, and I appreciate you giving such heartfelt feedback to support others and seeing how I also may be able to help them. I also have, so here's the offer. And this is actually an offer especially tailored for you all who are attending this class live. It's the same exact offer, it's just 50% off. So get your stream together with Cityjawn Living. I offer consultations to help you with organizing your channel, boosting productivity, and prioritizing self-care. Those sessions can last up to 90 minutes. And that really is like, that consultation is like a springboard for us to plan how we're going to continue additional work. Oh, that's not it. I have some other resources to share with y'all. But if y'all have any questions, I'm here to take them now. And also 2 resources that I'm going to share with y'all that can jumpstart you on your journey. Here's the first one. Have you ever done a self-assessment before? Oh, I see things in the chat. Chat's fire. More. Am I still sharing my screen? No. So why it's not letting me, not tech savvy. All right. Self-assessments are fun because it's only you and you. And if you want to lie to yourself, that's your business. But like, you don't have to share this with nobody but yourself. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. And if you would like to do it with someone or with me, we can. But the purpose of this is to help you gain insight into how you currently spend your time and energy across different areas of your life. It includes different habits, mindsets and things. Answer the questions honestly and without judgment to reveal areas that may need adjustment for your personal growth and well-being. All right, this is good for anybody, y'all, not just for streamers, but we're talking about streamers here, so here we go. These are the directions. I'm not going to read all of them, but there are some reflection questions after this. I'm giving y'all this, so don't worry about trying to take no screenshots or anything like that. You're going to answer all these questions, all right, and rate yourself. All the time, sometimes, not that often, never, it doesn't apply. Do not lie to yourself. All right. Do not lie to yourself. Because when we lie to ourselves, we're approaching ourselves from a place of inauthenticity, and we are not allowing ourselves authentic healing because we're trying to, again, like hide or mask like the stuff. All right. So be honest, answer all the questions, and then review your score, rate yourself. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy enough, right? So I'm going to share that one resource with you all. And I'm going to also share with you this one. And you can choose to do one or the other. This one is one that you could do if you don't need the time review. If you feel like I pretty much know what I'm doing with my time, then don't do the time review. Skip right to where does my time go? And use this to basically give yourself another self-assessment on what you're doing with your time. Full transparency, when I first did this, look, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., it was just sleep, sleep, at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., sleep, sleep, 10 a.m. If it was on a weekend too, sleep, like it was all sleep when I first did it. And I was like, dang, shorty, you doing a lot of sleeping, maybe oversleeping, you know what I'm saying? Because you going to bed around this time and then you're staying asleep. What is going on? How do we need to check in with that? Is it necessary rest? Are you bored? Like, you see how I'm starting to ask myself these questions? I'm not going to no doctor and asking and saying to doctor, I sleep all the time and I still feel tired. Sometimes it is a medical issue, but we can also assess ourselves first and get a handle on what's going on with that. A lot of time that indicates just energetic misalignment. So I'm gonna send both of y'all these, I'm gonna send y'all both of these resources to do your own self-assessment with time. Thank y'all. I wasn't sharing my screen. All right, bet. And that's all. If you have any questions, Retro and I are here to answer them. And I'm gonna put these links in the chat and also read what y'all put in a joint. Where does my time go? Let me do this one first. Time review. If someone could be a deer, EA, not EE, and let me know if the link works. It should force you to make a copy. That was something my aunt used to say back in the day. When she would say dear, that's where I got that from. Let me know if it works on mine. And if you have any questions, the floor is open to you. Absolutely. Thank you, Retro. All right, family, Retro Gang, Kimba, y'all have been amazing. Thank you so much for coming to our class today, bobbing with us, sharing your energy and insights in the chat and out loud. And our sincerest intention is that y'all left here with something, some type of gems or additional wisdom that can support you in your next steps and journey. I will send a follow-up email with all of our resources and information and ways to contact us. So look out for that. And also look out for information on our next class.